Hello students. So today we'll start with the new topic. It's just a continuation of the previous topic that we did last time, simultaneous equation. Today what we'll do is we are going to see few new concepts in simultaneous equation of other methods of solving simultaneous equation. So before I start, my name is Santanu Das and I've been teaching from the last 27 years. And I will try to make the concept easy for you. So, simultaneous equation. Today, we are going to see two new methods of solving them. That is, one of them is by Cramers rule, and other is the by graphical method. Both the questions are very important in the exams. Both the questions are always asked. Out of this, the Cramer's rule is easier, and graphical method, there are a few calculations that you need to do. So we'll take an example and we'll solve by both the methods to understand how to solve, and also how both will give me the same answer. So about the Cramer's rule, there's a code you should remember and it becomes very easy then. The code is 1, 2, 3, 2, 1. 1, 3, 2, 3, 1, 3, 2, 1, and 3 has not been used. So it's 1, 2, 3 and reverse 2, 1 and 3 digit is remaining. So this is the code 1, 2, 3. So how do we do the Cramer's rule? We'll take an example and we'll solve by both the methods. The example is dx plus 4y is equal to minus 5 and y upon 4 minus x upon 4 is equal to 1. I am purposely taking a sum with fraction so that you understand how to do fraction sums, because that is the most difficult which students find. So before we start with the sum, let's write the steps of Cramer's rule. The first thing is that in the Cramer's rule, again the same thing, variables should be on one side, and number on the other. Then you have to find out the determinants. Now determinants, there are three determinants we have to find, that is d, dx and dy. And from the code, as you see, is d is 12, that is you have to take the first row and second row. Dx is 32, that is the third row and second row, and dy is 13, first row. And I'll explain how we use this. So that is the thing. Now let's start with our example. And by Cramer's rule, last step, by Cramer's rule, x would be dx upon d and y would be dy upon d. So let's do it. Let's use the steps. So the first part is, 3x plus 4y is equal to 5. It's minus 5. And the second equation, we see it's in the form of fraction, and in the previous videos I have explained to you how whenever you see a fraction, don't try to solve it in the form of fraction. It becomes difficult. Students find it difficult to solve it. The easiest way to do is make it a simple sum. Now how can we make it a simple sum? As you can see, denominator, both the denominators are the same number, so we are going to multiply by 4 on both sides. So when I multiply by 4 on both sides, what I get is 4, 4, 4. So this will get cancelled, this will get cancelled. So what I'm going to get is y minus x is equal to 4, a simple equation. And then we will solve the sum. Then we'll solve. If here you had a 4 and here you had a 2, then you would, or some other number, we'll take the LCM of that, and whatever LCM we get, we'll multiply all of them so that we get a simple sum like this and solve it after that. Now, if you see the sum, there's a trick part that normally whenever you do a simultaneous equation, x is written first, y is written later. But in this sum, y is written first and x is written later. So in that case, what you need to do is, there are two ways of solving it again, that you first take this x and y. But in that case, you have to consider the signs and there are chances you will get confused and you'll make mistakes. So better you change this one. You change this one in the form of 4y plus 3x is equal to minus 5. One very important thing is addition. Even if you exchange the numbers, the sign doesn't change. That is 3x plus 4y, I can write it as 4y plus 3x also, because 2 plus 3 is same as 3 plus 2. But in case of minus, y minus x cannot be written as x minus y. In that case, you need to change the signs of the sum. So what we'll do is, better we'll keep it in this form only, y minus x, so that you don't get confused about changing signs, and just you write y first and x later. And this second one is y minus x is equal to 4. So these are your two equations that we need to solve. Now Cramer's rule, what we saw, now this is the first column, this is the second column, and this is the third column. So we need to find out the determinant of this three things, d, dx and dy. So we'll start with d. What we wrote is 12. 12 means the coefficients of the first column. So here you can see a 4, here there's a 1, and in this there is a 3, and here there's a minus 1. So it's 4, 4, 1, 3, minus 1. We always take the cross this side first. So it's going to be 4 into minus 1 minus this cross. That is 1 into 3. So that is minus 4 minus 3. That is going to be minus 7. Next, we need to take the dx. Now in this example, what has happened is our dx is actually changed a little bit. Our dx is dy, so it's okay, no problem. Our dy, dx, see, dx is actually 32. That is, we need to take the third and the second one, but we have just exchanged it. So in this example, what we'll do is, actually our x is actually y and y is actually x. So just that dx part, what we'll do is we'll take the 13. 13 means this column and this column. That is 4 minus 5 and 1 minus 1. See, 13 means 4, 1 and minus 5. Minus 5, 4. So cross, again cross, first this one and then this one. So it's going to be 4 into minus 4. And always there will be a minus sign in between. 1 into minus 5. You take it anyhow, 1 into minus 5 or minus 5 into 1, it's one and the same thing. So it's minus 16 minus 1 into minus 5 is minus 5. So it's going to be minus 16 plus 5. So that comes to minus 16 plus 5 is going to be minus 11. Did we do this correctly? 4, 1. Oh, there's a plus sign over there. Minus 5, 4. By mistake, I wrote it as minus. So it is a 4 over there. So it's minus 4. 16. So 16 plus 5. That will come to 21. Then this is a 13. We took the first and third. That was for dy, isn't it? And for the dx, we took the first and the third column for dy. Now for dx, it's 3 and 2. 3 and 2 means it's going to be the 3 and 2. So it's going to be minus 5, 4. There's a third column, and 2 is 3 comma minus 1. So again cross it. So it's going to be minus 5 into minus 1 minus 4 into 3. So that is minus 5 into, it's minus 5 and minus 12. So the answer is going to be minus 7. So by Cramer's rule, What is it is? X is dx upon d. So in this case, this is acting as the x, this is acting as the y. So while solving also, this was our x and this was our y. So we will consider this as x and this as the y. We'll keep it as it is. Just that dx, we have written it as 13 because y we have written as first. But the rest of the thing, everything is going to remain same. So by Cramer's rule, what is values is x is equal to dx upon d. So dx upon d is going to be equal to dx. Here dx is 21 upon d is minus 7. So that will come to minus 3. And y will be dy upon d, that is minus 7 upon minus 7, that is going to be 1. So the solution is going to be x would be equal to minus 3 and y will be equal to 1. So this is when we solve by the Cramer's rule, this is what we got. Now we'll solve by the graphical method and see what is the answer we get. So again the same thing. See, the equations we have is 3x plus 4y is equal to minus 5 and y minus x is equal to 4. So you have to take one by one each of the equations, take some value from your mind and you will get the other value and draw it on the graph. So always remember, if there is a 3, put the value for the x which has 3 in it. For any other thing, 2 or 5, it is very easy. You put in x or y, you will get the same answer. But whenever you see a 3, you put for the value of x, your own values. So values, what values you can take? You can take any value. You can take 1, 0, minus 1 or 2, 0, minus 2, any value, random values. I will stick to 1, 0, 1. So let me give this number 1 and this number 2. Put x is equal to 1 in equation 1. So what will this become is 3 into 1 plus 4y is equal to minus 5. So that's going to be 3 plus 4y is equal to minus 5. So 4y is going to be equal to minus 5 minus 3. I got that side. So y would be equal to minus 8 upon 4, that is minus 2. You have to take another value. So let's put x is equal to minus 1. So this will become 3 into minus 1 in 1. So 3 into minus 1 plus 4y is equal to minus 5. So that is going to be minus 3 plus 4y is equal to minus 5. So 4y would be minus 5 plus 3. So 4y would be minus 2. Y would be minus 2 upon 4. That is minus 0.5. We need perfect answers. Even if it's in decimal, it's okay, but we should get perfect answers. So y would be equal to minus 4. Okay, so we have got two values. Minimum you need to calculate 3 values. Let's try it. X is equal to 0. So what I'm going to get is in 1. So this is going to be 3 into 0 plus 4y is equal to minus 5. So 0 plus 4y is equal to minus 5. So y is minus 5 upon 4, that is minus 1.25. You should get perfect answers. That is what you have to remember. Values I got, we need minimum 3 values to solve. X, y, x, y. So when I substitute x is equal to 1, I got y is minus 2. When I took x is equal to minus 1, y is equal to minus 0.5. And when I took x is equal to 0, y is equal to minus 1.25. So it's 1 minus 2 minus 1 minus 0.5 and 0 comma minus 1.25. The sums, when sums are asked in the exams, they are not so complex. I am purposely doing a complex sum so that you become fluent in solving the sums. Once more, I'll repeat. Whenever there's a 3, you substitute your value for that which has 3 with it. So in this case, x had the 3, so I've substituted for that to get answers for y. X, you can take any values. Preferably, you go for 1, 0, minus 1 or 2, 0, minus 2. Within that, you will get values. You should get perfect answers. Even if it is in decimal, it's okay. So now the next example, y minus x is equal to 4. Now, as you can see, both have no coefficient, so it's no harm. You can substitute in y, you can substitute in x. Now, there's a minus sign with the x, so I'm going to substitute values for x is equal to 1. So y minus 1 is equal to 4. Therefore, y would be 4 plus 1, that is 5. Next, so put x is equal to 0. Y minus 0 is equal to 4. Therefore, y will be equal to 4. And put x is equal to minus 1. Y minus minus 1 is equal to 4. Y plus 1 is equal to 4. Therefore, y would be 4 minus 1, that is 3. So that make the table. So when x is 1, y is 5. When x is 0, y is 4. And when x is minus 1, it's 3. So the coordinates are 1, 5, 0, 4, and minus 1, 3. You always need to find out at least 3 answers so that even if you make a mistake, you will come to know when you draw the graph. So once you have drawn this, what you need to do is you need to draw the graph of this. So this is on the x-axis, x dash, y dash, scale. Don't forget to write the scale. Scale 1 centimeter is equal to 1 unit on both axes. This is very important to write. So 1, 2, 3, 4. This side negative, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4. Here 1, 2. In the graph paper, it's very easy to do these things because they are properly marked in that. Minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4. So let's draw for this one. This one was for 3x plus 4y is equal to minus 5. And this table is for y minus x is equal to 4. So 1 and minus 2. 1 is over here. Minus 2 is here. So the coordinate is 1, minus 2. Then it's minus 1, minus 0.5. Minus 1 is here and 0.5 will be somewhere here. So it's going to be somewhere here. And 0 and minus 1.2 on the x, it's 0. And on the y coordinate, it's minus 1.25. So it will be somewhere here. Okay, it will be, there are 10 lines in between this. So it will be between second and the third line. And so you just join it. Just join it. So this one, this graph is for 3x. Write it besides this 4y is equal to minus 5. And the next one is for this one. It is x 1, 5. 1, 5 is somewhere here. 0, 4. X coordinate is 0 and y coordinate is 4. So it will be on the y-axis, and minus 1, 3 will be somewhere here. So when we are going to join all these 3 points, now see one thing, we take 3 points all the time, 3 coordinates, so that whenever if we have made mistake in calculating any one of the coordinates, then those 3 points will not come in a line and you will understand something is wrong. Okay, so now we'll join this. 3 points, and right there, this is for y minus x is equal to 4. The point of intersection of these two lines is this, the point of intersection of the two lines is minus 3 comma 1. So solution, as you can see, minus 3 comma 1, so x coordinate will be equal to minus 3 and y coordinate would be 1. So what we see is the answer we got in the graphical method is same as we got in the Cramers rule, and so this is how you can solve the simultaneous equation by these methods. Hope you have understood the concept. Thank you for watching the video.